Hello, hello. Coming live from my boy's cam. It's a beautiful Wednesday. I wouldn't say beautiful, but you know what? It's like 40-ish, 30-ish degrees. And, another week. Here we go. It's that time again, NFL Picks. Week 17, only 2 weeks left in the NFL season before we head to the postseason, where we will continue these picks because that's where things get dicey. Anyways, let's open up with the Thursday night game. Dallas heading to... what the hell are those things? Dallas heading to Tennessee. Dallas comes off of a big win, 40-34 over Philadelphia. Their game of the season, their Super Bowl. Man, there is snow everywhere. It's ridiculous. Tennessee with a loss to Houston. A game your boy predicted. That's what I do. If I am picking a winner for this game, give me Dallas. I think I feel like they'll just be a little bit too much for Tennessee's offense. I know Malik Willis played last week, and he hasn't looked the best. I like Dallas as more of an overall team rather than Tennessee. Even though Tennessee has a pretty decent defense, I think Dallas will just put up a little bit too much of firepower. I know Dak will turn the ball over, but still I like Dallas to win. Heading to the Sunday games, January 1st, start of the new year. 1 o'clock games. First matchup, Bird battle. Arizona heading to Atlanta. Falcons, Cardinals. Arizona with the overtime loss on Sunday Night Football to the Bucks. Atlanta with a pretty scrappy fight with the Ravens. A loss nonetheless, but Arizona, Atlanta, give me Atlanta. I'm not sure if Colt McCoy is going to be back, but I like Arizona less than I do Atlanta. So give me Atlanta with the win. Next game. Oh my gosh, man, it's so sloshy out here. I need to find. There we go. Nice clear road. Chicago versus Detroit. Division matchup. Bears with, when you watch that game versus Buffalo, they competed pretty well. Got some turnovers off of Allen, 3 interceptions to be exact. But the Bears' offense just couldn't really do much. Detroit with a very underwhelming performance versus Carolina. With these division matchups, you never know. But give me Detroit. I think they bounce back with the win. Just because the Bears are honestly a really bad team. So give me the Lions. Jacksonville versus Houston. Another division matchup. Jacksonville with the win. Then they beat the Jets last Thursday? I'm pretty sure that's what it was, yeah. And Houston with the win over Tennessee. Jacksonville is now the AFC South division leader. So, who would have thought that? Give me Jacksonville to win, even though I'm pretty sure Houston's win. Oh, one of their wins is against Jacksonville, but I think Jacksonville wins this game because they've been playing really good. Denver versus Kansas City for a division matchup. These two teams played a few weeks ago. Kansas City won the game. Denver really, came back from a big deficit, but still lost. Denver just got their freaking butts beat on Christmas Day. That was really embarrassing. 51-14, if I'm not mistaken. That's an awful look. Kansas City with the win over Seattle Sunday. I like Kansas City to keep rolling as they try to get that first seed for Buffalo. So give me Kansas City. On to the next game, another division matchup. Miami Dolphins heading to New England for a big game for both teams. Miami's looking to secure that 7th seed. New England's trying to win, stay in the hunt for that 7th seed. Tua is back in the concussion protocol, so that's horrible. Honestly, he might need to look into retiring. 3 concussions in a season is honestly horrible, and I really, forget the game, man. You gotta worry about your health and your brain. So that's honestly really unfortunate. So Miami will be without Tua. Teddy Bridgewater's in there. He won't win them this game, but he won't kill them. Teddy Bridgewater's what he is. New England comes off of, who did they play last week? I don't even remember. Miami comes off of a loss on Christmas Day, and the Patriots. They lost to the Bengals. They came back, should have won that, but they blew it. Give me the Patriots in this game. I think they'll beat Teddy Bridgewater, to be honest with you. Indianapolis versus New York Giants. Giants with a very close loss. A great game nonetheless versus the Vikings. Indianapolis with just an underwhelming performance on Monday Night Football. Couldn't really score. Just a very mad game. Give me the Giants in a close win. Though I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts upset them here, but I like the Giants to win. Heading into the next matchup, New Orleans versus Philadelphia. New Orleans came out with a big win on the road in Cleveland Sunday during the Arctic freeze. Philadelphia with a very down-to-the-wire game versus Dallas. Thought Philly played pretty well. The turnovers killed them nonetheless. But to have your backup quarterback come in and not punt once really says a lot about your team and your offense. So give me Philadelphia here to win the game and secure the first seed. I think Philadelphia is obviously a better team than New Orleans. New Orleans, they're off. Andy Dalton in this offense just can't put up. They won't be able to fight in. They won't be able to fight against this Eagles offense, Eagles team. So give me the Eagles. Another division matchup. That's like the common theme this week. Carolina heading to Tampa Bay for a big game for this division. If Tampa Bay wins this, I'm pretty sure they win the division. And if they don't win this, they lose it, if I'm not mistaken. So Carolina with a big win at home versus the Lions. They honestly just physically dominated the Lions. I mean, they had over almost 200. They had like 245 rushing yards at the half. And Tampa Bay with a very ugly, just very underwhelming win over Arizona in overtime. So honestly, I'm going to pick the Carolina Panthers to win this game. They've already beaten the Bucs once, mind you, with PJ Walker. And Carolina's looked pretty good outside of the game against the Steelers. They've played pretty well. They've won like 4 of their past 5. So I like the Panthers to win that game. I like them as a team. Next matchup, Cleveland heading to Washington. This isn't really a big game for Cleveland. They're already out of the playoffs at this point. Washington's trying to win the state in playoff contention. And I think Washington gets the win here. Deshaun Watson hasn't really looked the best since returning, and let's be honest, if you expected him to come back and look like how he was at one point, as far as quarterback play, then you'd be a fool to think a player you know, coming back after 2 or 3 seasons, is just gonna, you know, snap right back into it. It's not how it works. So give me the Commanders, though. I'm a little bit concerned why the hell they put why are they putting Carson Wentz back in there? When you need someone to win you a game, he's not the guy. He's the guy to lose you the game. Should have stuck with Taylor Heineke. So that could be a potential move they regret, to be honest with you. But yeah, give me Washington. This is gonna be a long video. Next game, 4 o'clock matchups. West Coast battle. San Francisco going to Las Vegas. Las Vegas Raiders. San Francisco with the big win. Another win this past Sunday versus the Commanders. And the Raiders with a loss on Christmas Eve night versus the Steelers. Las Vegas has announced they are benching Derek Carr for Jarrett Stidham, so not sure how much that's going to change anything. They're already out of the playoffs. Give me the Niners here. You know, maybe the Raiders will put a fight in. You know, it's hard to expect Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs getting bottled up again because they didn't really do a whole lot this previous Saturday. So give me the 49ers here to keep rolling. A big game for you, boy. New York Jets heading to Seattle. Geno Smith is playing his former team again. Oh lordy. Yeah, we're just gonna keep walking on the grass then. New York Jets. Former second-round pick Geno Smith. The Jets are going to be playing Mike White this week. Maybe that'll, you know, make a change. Seattle hasn't played the best the past couple of weeks. Geno Smith has really sizzled down. But I'm going to speak it into existence. The Seahawks will win this game and keep you boys in playoff contention. So give me Seattle at home to win this game. 425 matchup, Minnesota Vikings versus Green Bay Packers. Big game here for Green Bay as they try to fight and remain in the hunt for the playoffs. Minnesota already won the division. They're pretty much playing for seeding at this point. So to Minnesota, this is just another game. But still, a game they want to win. And I think it's a game they do win. Minnesota has a lot of close wins this year. And I feel like this would be a really close ball game. Packers have won a couple games straight. And I think Green Bay just, I don't know. I like Green Bay to lose here even though they're at home. I think it'll be a close game. And Minnesota with the win. Los Angeles Rams heading to the Los Angeles Chargers, which was the Sunday night game before we got flexed for Pittsburgh, Baltimore. The Rams have, they've been 2-1 with Baker. They got a loss versus Green Bay, a win versus the Raiders, and a win versus the Broncos. So I think the Chargers will win this game. Though it should be a decent matchup, but give me the Chargers here to keep rolling, as they've already secured their playoff spot. Next matchup, Sunday Night Football, Pittsburgh going to Baltimore for I feel like I would say a big game for both teams. Pittsburgh needs to win this to stay in the hunt for the playoffs, or if they lose, they're done. And Baltimore has already secured a spot, but they want to win to potentially win this division, as they have double-digit wins. So let's talk about this previous matchup. Pittsburgh lost a close game at home versus Baltimore a couple weeks back. I think the biggest thing was Trubisky with the turnovers, and we couldn't stop Baltimore's run game. So I think the big key here is stopping the run game and don't kill ourselves. And I think we do that and get a very close win. 17-16, Steelers with the win. It's gonna be another classic Steelers-Ravens game. Run game is gonna be huge, and playing defense. And since that Ravens game, I think our defense has honestly played pretty well. So I think we'll keep rolling. I don't think we'll get swept by Baltimore. So give me Pittsburgh. Final game of the week. Monday Night Football, we got a good one here. Buffalo heading to Cincinnati. Buffalo comes off of a win versus Chicago. Bengals with a great first half performance, and then the complete opposite 180 second half performance versus the Patriots. But nonetheless, they get a victory with the Ramondre Stevenson fumble there in the goal line area. So this is a big game for both teams. The Bills are currently the 1 seed, and the Bengals are the 3 seed. And you know, they're trying to fight out for who gets the top seed. You know, honestly, both quarterbacks have turned the ball over quite a bit. But if I'm picking someone here, I am going to pick the Cincinnati Bengals to keep rolling. They're on a big win streak. And I feel like the Bengals are a better overall team. You know, the Bills have gotten the run game to get going a little bit. They've gotten their run game to get rolling recently, but I like the Bengals overall as a team. I think the Bills might be a little bit better defensively, but still, man, the Bengals at home Monday night. It's going to be tough to go in there and beat Burrow. He's playing real good. And I think they'll beat the Bills probably in 20, 24, 21, 20, 27, 24. It's a close game. Should be a good game. Both quarterbacks are, you know, young guns. So those are my picks, Week 17. And, yeah, that's all we got. So, your boy's out. Toodaloo.